Our objectives for today will be for you to be able to define and identify adjective, adverb, pronoun, conjunction, preposition, interjection, and article. We'll start with adjective. An adjective describes or modifies a noun. Adjectives can come directly in front of the noun that it describes. In this example, the tall teacher, the adjective tall comes directly in front of the noun that it describes, teacher, or it can be linked to the noun with a linking verb. In this case, the computer is slow. The linking verb is connects the adjective slow to the noun that it describes, the computer. Here are just a few examples of adjectives. There are thousands out there, but it could be a color like green, it could be a quality like heavy or delicious, fast, windy, healthy, etc. You can use many different adjectives to describe almost every noun. In our practice, what I need you to do now is to underline the adjective or adjectives in the following sentences and to draw an arrow to the noun or nouns that it modifies. If the adjective is linked to the noun with a linking verb, then write an L beneath the verb. So here's our example. Students at Howard are lucky to have iPads. We'll underline lucky. That is our adjective in this sentence. I'm going to draw an arrow to students because lucky is modifying students. It is taking this noun students and it is describing them, saying that they are lucky. Now my adjective is coming after my noun. In the English language, the only way that can possibly be is if there is a linking verb in the sentence somewhere. So students at Howard are lucky to have iPads. Well, this are is one of my conjugations of the infinitive to be. It is one of my to be verbs. And it is linking students to lucky, lucky to students. So I'm going to write an L beneath that. So now on your own, you will do the same thing, underlining any adjectives you see, drawing an arrow from the adjective back to the noun that it describes, and writing an L beneath the linking verb if there is one, but remember the adjective can come directly in front of the noun. Pause the video and do the practice, then resume the video to check your work. All right, let's take a look at number 2. Number 2 said, the sad students made their way back to school. Well, I've got this noun here, students, and I need to see if it's being modified, and it is by this adjective sad. So I've underlined sad as my adjective, and I've drawn an arrow from sad to students to indicate that sad is modifying the noun students. And number 3, I'm glad that it's not August anymore because August is way too hot. So I see here that I've got glad, that is modifying me, and I see that glad is coming after the noun, and again that can only happen in English if there is a linking verb that comes between them, but I only have this apostrophe M. Now remember we talked about what that apostrophe might mean. If I've got an apostrophe M, that means that it is shortening I'm to I am. Am is one of the conjugations of the infinitive to be, which is a linking verb. So I've got I, linking verb am, glad, adjective. That it's not August anymore because August is way too hot. Well, hot is a description, so that makes me think that it's an adjective, and what is it describing? It is describing this noun August. Hot comes after August, so that must mean that there is a linking verb somewhere, and it is which is one of the conjugations of the infinitive to be. It's a linking verb. So I've got 2 sets of adjectives and nouns linked by a verb to be. And lastly, I have Amber and Tiana are excited to learn. Excited here is a description. It is my adjective, so I've underlined that. and it is describing both Tiana and Amber. So sometimes an adjective can describe multiple nouns. So I drew an arrow back to both. The adjective comes after the nouns that it describes, which must mean that there is a linking verb, and that is are, which is one of the conjugations of to be. All right, that concludes our notes on adjectives. Please continue on to learn about adverbs.